As you know, we'll be celebrating next year 50 years of Carnival, and we want to ensure that everyone gets the opportunity to enjoy and be a part of the historical moment in our country's culture. Therefore, in honor of the achievement of our 50th Carnival celebration, on November 30th, I will be giving away 50 season passes to 50 lucky winners. We are kicking off the promotion for Carnival 50 in a big way on that day. In order to win one of the season passes, persons must be from within the community and can come to the government administration building and drop their names in a gold box that will be guarded 24/7.
The Wixu PSU Union is very confused and deeply concerned with regards to this special initiative in light of the proposed cost-cutting measures that is expected to hit the civil service. Now, Stephen, as you can imagine, $12,500 in Carnival season passes is no small amount. But more importantly, where it pertains to the proposed cost-cutting measures, we've learned that there will be a freeze on bonuses, on payments on outstanding gratifications, payments for overtime, and the like. In spite of the above-mentioned cutbacks, funds were seemingly secured and will be committed to ensuring that 50 persons get the opportunity to win a season pass to attend the cultural shows. In our view, the Minister of TIAT's latest maneuver seems counterintuitive and a concrete example of improper spending by the government of St. Martin. The Wixu PSU Union earnestly believes that entities such as the Point Blanche Prison, the Phillipsburg Jubilee Library, while not in the Minister's portfolio, are in dire need of much-needed funds to execute urgent repairs and enhance the protection of health and safety of its workers. In closing, the gifting of 50 passes, while a nice idea, should not come at the expense of the government and by extension the taxpayers. Instead, securing corporate funding may perhaps be a more viable option to support the initiative. That being said, the Wixu PSU Union is calling on the Minister of TIAT to reconsider and hopefully reverse the decision to give $12,500 in Carnival season passes, as this kind gesture is neither urgent nor a priority considering the economic realities faced by many civil servants and the working class families on St. Martin.
One might say, look, take into consideration the fact that Carnival is one of our biggest cultural events, marking 50 years deserve the attention that the minister is actually giving to it now in terms of making passes available to persons who are not able to at least make it to the village to be part of the 50th anniversary. Won't you agree?
Well, Stephen, as I said earlier, no one is underestimating the importance of Carnival to St. Martin, especially from an economic perspective. However, in light of our budget deficit, in light of the proposed tax measures, perhaps a more innovative approach could have been considered. You will only recall that earlier this year, a company, a long-standing corporate partner on St. Martin, gifted a number of season passes to persons in the community also. So perhaps a similar approach could have been used. Now, Stephen, can you imagine, just to stress again, there are so many entities within the civil service that are in dire need of upgrading, training, repairs, and the like. And to see the gifting of this amount of money towards an event such as this, while again, might be considered a good initiative.
You can win with the Caribbean Lottery. You can win, making a difference, changing lives. Take a chance, and you can win with the Caribbean Lottery. You can win, you can win.
SXM, connecting you.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Minister, this verdict here says Corallo versus the Netherlands. Just for clarity's sake. I would like for the minister to explain to the people of St. Martin how the extradition process is executed. Let the people of this country know if this is a kingdom matter or not. Can St. Martin initiate an extradition? I heard Ms. Cairo explain it a bit just now, so I would like for the minister to please elaborate. That is my first request to the minister here today. I continue by stating I would like to make it clear that even though this has been a very unfortunate case, we are all aware that this is not an isolated case, as stated by my colleague earlier. He questioned whether the fact that if it happened to people, if it never happened before, why was it done with Mr. Corallo? This is not an isolated case. This has been something that has been discussed over many years. On various occasions, we see suspects being released by judges due to the fact that they overstay their time in the police cells. That is stipulated by law. What we see now is that this led to someone finally taking a stand for what they believe is inhumane circumstances, and they have the ways and means to do such. Minister, my question to you is this. What would happen if all the lawyers of former detainees, present detainees, were to take the same steps that Mr. Corallo took? What would happen then? Because we know this is not the first time. Madam Chairlady, through you, I would like for the minister to explain to Parliament and the people of this country how is it possible for a detainee to remain in a police cell for about 2/3 of a year without any alternative solution for such a situation being found. Can the minister tell Parliament, if not before this situation, at least since this situation became public, or since the verdict has been published, what was done, or if any changes has been made in order to avoid such a situation happening again? So basically, what is being done differently? It is known that the CPT, the Committee for Prevention of Torture and Inhumane Degrading Treatment or Punishment, has made numerous reports over the past years about situations concerning the police cells in Phillipsburg and also the Point Blanche prison. The CTP recommended many things, including that urgent steps need to be taken to improve the conditions of the detention center in Phillipsburg, and particular persons that are being detained in the police station in excess of the 3 days in any event, never longer than 10 days, as the facility is totally inappropriate for holding remand and sentence prisoners. The CTP also recommended that they move to an alternative accommodation as soon as possible. I would like to know from the Minister of Justice, since taking office in January, did you receive the reports from the CTP and did you go through them? Did you read them? My next question to the Minister is, who from the relevant department follow up on these reports from the CTP? Because if we take a look of what is written in the verdict of Mr. Corralo, we see that not much interest was ever paid to these reports. Probably a little patching here and there to make it seem as if something was being done. But from what we see here, the recommendations were not given much thought. We can probably say the same for the recommendations that were given by the Progress Committee last week, because they said almost basically the same thing.
You can win with the Caribbean lottery. You can win, making a difference, changing lives. Take a chance, take a chance, and you can win with the Caribbean lottery. You can win, you can win.
Hey ma, how you doing? You busy?
I hear, just paying some bills, taking care of business, you know what it is?
I know, you're doing your online banking.
I don't have to stand in those long lines to pay bills. I can transfer when I want. I can check my account wherever. It's like the bank open 24/7. I even here checking the statement right now as we're talking. How's Miami?
Well, that's why I'm calling. I'm finishing up a few songs now, but I'm afraid that studio time might be more than I thought. And I was wondering if I could get some help with some funds, and I could pay you back as soon as I get back to St. Martin.
Let me check my account. How much you need?
I think 500 should be enough.
I can transfer it to you while online. Direct from me to you. No problem.
Great. Thank you so much, Ma. I'll get online with Viv now.
All right, darling. You know who you're for?
I need to know who you're for.
Contact WIB today for your complete personal online banking experience. Available for all mobile devices. The Windward Islands Bank, now your online banking partner in progress.
Madam Speaker, I'm confused. I'm confused as to why we are having this meeting. Because when I read what the meeting is about, it says repercussions of the verdict by the European Court of Human Rights in the Corralo case for the country St. Martin and the Ministry of Justice of St. Martin. That's what it says. And my question is, what repercussions? Why are we having this discussion? Why are we having this discussion? Madam Chair, we are having this discussion for one reason. One reason and one reason only. Mr. Corralo embarrassed the Dutch. And that's the only reason why we are having this discussion here today. Because if it was the other way around, you'd have been hearing a different tone. But here we are in Parliament having a discussion about repercussions from a verdict out of Strasbourg. For what reason? I don't get it. What St. Martin has to do with it? I don't get it. I would like to also hold up this document. It says, case of Corallo versus the Netherlands. Now, I went on Wikipedia. Kingdom of the Netherlands. The Kingdom of the Netherlands, 4 parts of the kingdom. The Netherlands, Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin are constituent countries and participate on a basis of equality as partners in the kingdom. In practice, however, most of the kingdom's affairs are administered by the Netherlands, not St. Martin. It goes on to say, which comprise roughly of 98% of the kingdom's land, area, and population. On behalf of the entire kingdom, consequently, the Caribbean Sea Islands, countries of Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin are dependent on the Netherlands for matters like foreign affairs, foreign policy, and defense, although they are autonomous to a certain degree with their own parliament. Now again, I'm asking the question, why are we having this discussion in Parliament of St. Martin? What repercussions? There is no repercussions coming to St. Martin. This is not a case of Corallo versus St. Martin. It's a case of Corallo versus the Netherlands. That's what it's about. Versus the Netherlands. You know what discussion we should be having here? The discussion we should be having is, why? Why is it the Netherlands is vehemently against the Minister of Justice and the government of St. Martin being able to use the trust fund money to secure and build a proper prison system in St. Martin? That's the discussion we should be having here. Why? Because the country St. Martin, the constituent country St. Martin, yes, Madam Chair, I see you smiling because you know where that word came from, made an agreement with the Netherlands that we would give up border control, again, integrity chamber, for a pledge of 550 million. But yet we are being dictated what we can and cannot do with that money. Why are we having this discussion?
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
1,
2,
3,
4. This is how common it is to develop a mental illness. 1 out of every 4.
4,
4.
4. But there is hope. Today, most mental illnesses can be managed and treated. Visit your general doctor if you feel concerned about your thoughts and behaviors or have some difficulty dealing with some of life's issues.
If you have been diagnosed and are suffering from a mental illness, keep in mind these 4 points to help you manage your mental health.
1. Get regular checkups with your general doctor.
2. Stay on your treatment plan to prevent relapses.
3. Find a strong support group in your family and friends.
And 4, never be afraid to ask for help and look out for the warning signs of your illness.
Remember, you are not alone. We are as close as one.
2,
3,
4.
Learn about mental health illness by going to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
Hi, what's up, St. Martin? My name is Rene Leverett, and I play baseball. And I have represented St. Martin in numerous international tournaments and professionally around the world. Sports matters to me because it reveals and develops character. So I challenge the business community to step up for sports and help us rebuild and repair our facilities. I also ask the community to nominate local businesses in your area to take the challenge and step up for sports. Because hashtag sports matters, hashtag are you in?
And they just recently collected some monies from Nagico, and also, but still they are unable to make the payrolls sometimes. So, are you monitoring it? And based on the timeline of the World Bank actually coming through with a grant, is there a plan B?
Thank you for that. Indeed, they did collect funding from the insurance monies from Nagico, and indeed it has recently brought to our attention, and I re-emphasize, recently brought to our attention, the Council of Ministers, that they are unable to pay their payrolls, or will soon be unable to pay the payrolls. Are we monitoring that? Indeed, we are monitoring such. This is one of the reasons that in the negotiations we're looking to see how perhaps a bridge loan can be given to the airport to cover the operational costs within the time frame that is needed before the amount that they're supposed to get from the trust fund will be given to them. But indeed, we are monitoring such, and especially in light of knowing that recently that they're having some cash problems at the airport.
The insurance payouts that come from Nagico to the airport need to be released by the bondholders. So the bondholders basically have control of those funds. And until the bondholders feel that there's an overall comprehensive plan in terms of how the airport's going to be restructured, they're not going to release those funds, because exactly they don't want reconstruction money probably burned in operational expenses. So they can't use, as far as I understand, they can't use those insurance monies for the operational costs unless the bondholders are in agreement.
The government, as Minister of Education, don't you think that you have a role to play when it comes to the policies? I mean, the student did get attacked in a school bus, and you could see in the video that the school bus driver was there. I mean, basically what we're saying is, as the Minister of Education, are you going to have any dialogue or any policies put in place in order to stop this from happening again?
I'm sure that I'm not running away from the responsibility. You didn't hear me say that. I'm saying that this is a joint responsibility, and indeed, the Ministry of Education is looking into all of those areas and will deal with them in the proper way. But, you know, it is a joint responsibility. We're all part of this process. And to put it on one ministry or just one aspect of society, it's not. It takes a village to raise a child, and we're all part of that village. So I know that that's what we're about. But we will take the lead in dealing with this matter, with school board, with bus drivers, with the schools, etc., etc.